Good morning and welcome to the Birmingham Area Cable Board meeting for Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. Gail, could you please call the roll?
Gil Gugny.
Here.
Chris Dobies.
Here.
Rick David.
Here.
Donovan Shand. Deanna Brown. Here. D.E. Hageman.
Present.
Jim Cleary. David Ike.
Here.
George Abraham.
Here.
Pete McDonald.
Here.
Ray Camus.
Here.
Okay, thank you. We do have a quorum. Item 2 is to approve the meeting minutes for the Cable Board meeting of September 17th, 2025. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by D.E., seconded, please.
I'll second.
Oh, you were the second.
I was second.
Who was first?
Ray.
Oh, Ray, sorry. Well, okay, that's...
Tough crowd.
And there is, for discussion, there is a correction to be made on the first page. First, who the motion was made by and seconded are blank. It's probably my fault because I'm not paying attention or saying it clearly enough. So Gail, I'm sorry, I will try to be more clear. The second is, at the bottom of the roll call vote, you have McDonald twice. That was his first meeting, so I know we were trying to really make
Was
it
that an
work.
error?
But
You
I
voted
believe
twice.
the second McDonald should
Right
be
out of the gate,
Shand.
yeah.
Should be Shand with an I. She's the only one missing of the people that were present. Anyone else have any other corrections or any further discussion necessary to approve the minutes? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion is passed. Item 3, public comments. No members of the public are here. However, Mr. Aboud, you are here this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Glad you could join us, a representative from Beverly Hills. Item number 4, Treasurer's Report. Rick David.
Good morning. You have before you the monthly financials that were prepared through the first quarter of September. You have to respond to any questions you may have on that regard. Everything appears to be in line with our budget for the year. And again, it's too early to tell. Any questions, comments? Okay. I did want to just briefly, two other items I want to discuss with you. Just you notice in our financials, we have a little over $1 million with MBS. MBS is multi-bank securities, and that's our investment portfolio of bonds, CDs and things. As a quasi-municipal organization, we are limited in what we can invest our funds in. Multi-bank does that for us, identifies opportunities in the CD marketplace, and we're constantly turning over the bonds as they renew, the CDs renew. We go back into the market, find what we feel is the best rate for the best time frame. We are looking to take our average interest rate, weighted average right now is 3.3% on our $1 million plus portfolio. We're looking at making some changes soon to lock in some higher rates. Take a loss on sell some of our existing CDs at the lower rate to replace them with a higher rate number to lock it in as interest rates appear to be falling into the future. So our average life is through 2026 and a little bit into 2027. Just to give you some idea, we're constantly moving that portfolio. We have to keep it available for our usage, so we can't lock it in for too long. We want to take advantage of the interest rate market. So that's just something that we want to update the board on. Additionally, our year end was 6/30. At our last meeting, we approved new auditors. They are hard at work. Kathy's been providing with the requested data. We expect their field work to start in earnest next week or so. And so at our next meeting, we should have an interim report or maybe even a final report by the next meeting. That's my report.
Thank you, Rick. Any questions for Rick? Yes.
Rick, you mentioned as a quasi-agency, I can't remember the second word you said, but what are our limitations with regards to our investment portfolio? I'm just curious.
Basically, we have to, you can't be in the equities, you can't be in the stock market. It's got to be in CDs in this case that are in Michigan-based institutions or a Michigan-based bank that has operations in Michigan and things. So, basically, right now we're with, Farmer State Bank, Federal Home Loan Bank has Chief Financial Credit Union, Bank of America, First National Bank of America. Those are the kind of institutions that we have our monies with now. So the pool of who we can go to is restricted to Michigan, have Michigan base of operations of some sort. It's the same thing any municipality has to follow with.
So conservative instruments, the equity market is too risky, is that kind of the thinking?
For us, yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Dan, did you have a question? No? Okay. Thank you very much, Rick. Item 5 is the annual election of officers. Currently, our officers, I'm the chair, Dave Ike is the vice chair, Ray Camus is the secretary, Rick David is the treasurer, George Abraham is the head of the Cable Action Committee, Ray Camus is the head of the PEG Committee, and Dave Ike is the head of the Personnel Committee. Now, the committee chairs are not elected positions, but I just wanted to know who's doing what. Now, all of the individuals who are in all of these positions have indicated that they are willing to do it for another year. Now, that does not mean that we can't take nominations for any or all of these positions. If someone is interested in making a nomination for any of these positions, I'm going to open it to the board right now. So, does anyone want to make a nomination for any of the 4 elected positions, chair, vice chair, secretary, or treasurer? Okay. Then I'm going to make a motion that the current slate of officers, myself as the chair, Dave Ike as the vice chair, Ray Camus as the secretary, and Rick David as the treasurer, be unanimously re-elected for 1 more year. Can I have I cannot make that motion, correct? I can or I can't?
You cannot. You
Okay.
have to abstain.
Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Deanna. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Chris. I don't think, do we have to take a?
place.
I would take a vote.
Okay, let's call the roll.
Chris Dobies.
Yes.
Rick David.
Yes.
Deanna Brown.
Yes.
Dee Hageman.
Aye.
David Ike.
Yes.
George Abraham.
Yes.
Pete McDonald.
Yes.
Ray Camus.
Yes.
Gil Gugny.
Yes. Okay, it's unanimous then. The current slate of officers are re-elected for another year. George, are you willing to continue on with the Cable Action Committee?
Yes.
Thank you. Ray, are you ready to continue with the PEG Committee?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Dave Ike, will you continue with the Personnel Committee?
Yes.
Thank you. This is our last meeting of the year. I definitely want to thank everyone. Rick, as treasurer, you've done an incredible job. I don't think you all know how much work it goes into being the treasurer, probably the most work of anybody on this board. And we're so lucky to have someone with this kind of experience leading us financially. So thank you, Rick. George, you've been real busy this year with the Cable Action Committee. Thank you. You've done an incredible job. Ray, same thing, including your busy duties as secretary. You really led us well with the PEG Committee.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Dave, you've done a great job as vice chair as well as leading the Personnel Committee. There's a lot of work that goes on with that too. A special thank you, obviously, to Kathy White. She's done an amazing job. I appreciate her more and more every year that I continue being chair, just how much work she does and how well she does her job. So thank you. We want to thank our friends, of course, at BCTV. They've done a wonderful job. Carrie Lazat, Steve Rhoda, and everybody else behind the scenes. Thank you. We want to thank you all, viewing public. Keep those letters coming. How many letters we get this year?
Well, we were just overwhelmed with the big 0.
No, start those letters coming.
Positive letters.
So thank you. Tell us what you want. But again, thank all of you, members of the board. You know, if we didn't do this, somebody has to do it. And you know, I appreciate your time. It's getting up for a 7:45 a.m. meeting is some sacrifice. Being here, doing the work that you do and called upon. Thank you. Gail, I didn't mean to leave you out too. Thank you for all the work you do too. And Peter, you've been great also. Thank you. Okay, continuing on. Committee reports. Cable Action Committee, George.
Yes, we had a meeting last time to discuss the strategic plan. It was it's on the website, and the last time it was updated was 2009. So we thought it should be updated, and we tossed that around a little bit, and we thought we'd, think about it for a while and come up with some things, and we're going to continue that discussion after this meeting, so.
Okay, so there will be a meeting following this meeting.
Will be a meeting following this meeting to
Okay.
discuss that.
Great. Thank you, George. PEG Committee, Ray.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We, excuse me, we did convene a PEG committee meeting after our last board meeting. Carrie Lazat presented a proposed budget from BCTV, and one of the topics, of course, was additional funding for their programming. So a discussion ensued regarding that. Nothing was decided exactly. This is certainly a work in progress, but one of the things that we discussed whether the board is even able to underwrite or sponsor any of these programs for BCTV. So there was a discussion about that, and that's also going to continue. We will be convening a PEG committee meeting after this board meeting today.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ray. Any questions for Ray? Or George, I should have asked. Okay. Item number 7, Executive Director's Report. Kathy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It was a quiet month. We had one complaint, which I've detailed in my report, had to do with wiring that was left on a pole after DTE switched out, put a new pole in, and DTE told the homeowner they have to get a hold of the cable companies and figure out whose wiring is left on the poles and get them to move it to the new pole. So the homeowner reached out to Beverly Hills, who then reached out to me, and I have discussed this with all of the providers, and they are all working on it. So although I noted that the complaint is pending because they're still in the process of moving the wires, they've all assured me that that will happen, and I don't have any reason to doubt that. As our treasurer indicated, you have the financials as of September 30th. If you have any additional questions on those, let me know. I've detailed the checks that I wrote in the past month, or 2 months, I should say. None of them are really of note. We had to replace some equipment that was failing. I have authority to authorize amounts under $1,000, and they all were under that amount. And then as I sent everybody an email, but I also have a note here in my report. We will be having a holiday gathering on Tuesday, December 9th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Rusty Bucket located in Bingham Farms. Please, all of you are welcome to come. Stay as long or as little as you want, but please come. It's kind of a nice opportunity to talk with everybody outside of a meeting setting, which is always nice. So hope you can be there.
What time was that, Kathy?
5 o'clock, 5 to 7, anytime during that time. We're actually on the patio, which sounds kind of bad, but it's all enclosed and it's heated and all that, so it should be fine.
Good.
Yeah, hope to see if all of you can make it. We didn't do it last year for some reason, but we've done it in prior years, and it's been fun. Okay, any questions for Kathy?
Mr.
Ray.
Chair, just a quick, maybe a possible clarification. I know this board spoke at one time about WOW and whether they were going to continue with services. I did a little checking, and my understanding from talking to someone there is that they're stopping their cable services, but their internet will continue. Is that kind of what you've heard as well, Kathy?
That is true,
So just some of their services will cease?
right.
Okay.
To add on to that, I think they're teaming up, or they've already teamed up with YouTube to provide their content through streaming.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if all the content will be there, but I know that select shows will be. And there's actually a dispute between YouTube and WOW concerning pricing and stuff like that. I haven't heard anything, but I know that they were fighting about who should split up the pot.
Okay.
Thanks, Peter. Anything further for Kathy? Okay, let's move on to item number 8, which is provided related topics. None of the providers have a representative here, so we will move on to item number 9, which is our BAPA report, and Steve Rhoda. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to see everybody this morning. For the BAMA programs, during the time period, we have completed all regularly scheduled municipal meetings, and we also included a special Village of Franklin a meeting as well. For BAPA programs from BACB area individuals and producers and organizations, we've taped 37 programs, and that includes the stuff we do in our studio and the podcasts, lectures, some concerts, and the sporting events. And with this, all the fall sporting events has been completed. We covered 8 events, and that's in your packet, from field hockey, water polo, swim and dive, volleyball, football, and some soccer games. So fall is completed, and now we're moving on to the winter session, and that will start the new year, which I have those dates on this memo as well, just for the viewing audience if they care. We have some girls basketball on January 20th, boys hockey January 30th, boys basketball February 3rd, boys swim and dive on February 10th, wrestling February 11th, another girls basketball game on February 12th, and girls hockey on February 19th. And basically, all the sports will be Groves versus Seaholm, except for hockey. Boys and girls are both unified, so Groves and Seaholm team up together, so they're unified. And we will pick a game, another school that they get to compete against. So I believe, I didn't put it on here, but I think boys hockey's versus Clarkston, and I forget who the girls hockey is playing. But you can always go on the school's websites and find out game times and locations, and but we will have our crew out there to cover those sporting events. And also, we had a few repairs and purchases, so I contacted Kathy for some cable repairs for Zoom cables for all the 4 truck cameras, and also a cable for one of the truck monitors. And I was able to get those ordered, and then Kathy was able to pay. I believe she has a certain limit that she can approve purchases up to. So that's in your memo there, along with just recently, in this room, we had the audio processor and audio EQ amplifier went out during some, I believe this facility gets a lot of power outages, and so the amplifier and it went out, so now there's no speakers in this room. All the microphones went out, so we had to bring our makeshift, as you can see in the corner of the room there. Myself and a couple other crew members brought a portable speaker and all the audio and microphone cables to make sure that we can keep the meetings running for the commission or the council meeting yesterday, this meeting. There's a planning board meeting here tomorrow. And Advanced Lighting and Sound took the equipment out. They will hopefully repair it, and or we might have to get new equipment so we can get this running again. And once I get more information about that, I'll let you know. As far as I know, we should be out of commission for a couple weeks, and that should lead up to the next village council meeting, and then for us in January. So I'm hoping we'll have that ready to go. But anyways, we had a workaround. I'm glad my team was able to come here and figure a solution out to get these meetings going. If, there's always the surrounding community. If we're unable to be in this room, I'm sure we could go to Franklin or the Baldwin Library or City of Birmingham as a backup plan in the future if we ever had to, but thank goodness we didn't have to worry about that yet. But there's always another solution if we can't get the equipment working. So anyways, once I get more information on that, I'll let you know. Also, coming up, you guys have your holiday gathering on December 9th. We're going to have on December 4th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I know it sounds like a long time, but we'll have our staff chili cook-off in the morning from 11 to 1. And then we'll have our 40th anniversary celebration from an open house from 4 to 7 p.m. And we would like for all of you guys to attend and kind of celebrate the 40 years that BCTV has been around. The building was built in 1984, opened up in 1985, and we're trying to get as many people there as possible to talk about some memories and bring some past producers and volunteers in and old former colleagues and directors of the community, and it'd be a nice little gathering. 40 years is a great accomplishment, and there's always threats been going on the last 5 to 10 years with PEG funding diminishing and facilities going away, and hopefully we can last another 40 years, and it'd be nice to see everybody there. So again, the main open house / celebration will be from 4 to 7 p.m. at our studio. I'll send out a map if you don't already know where we are. And then if you would like some chili beforehand, you come on in at 11 a.m., between 11 a.m. and 1.
Steve, how long have you been with BCTV?
I've been there since '98, so I think total of, 27 years? 28 years? No, 27? I don't know. My math's off right now. It put me on the spot. And I started off as an intern in January of 1998. So my internship anniversary is coming up here in a couple months. And then I actually started full-time about a year and a half afterwards, mid-99. So, and I've worked with many great people along the way, and met a lot of people and made new friends, and just it's been a fun journey, and I'm still going. I'm not going anywhere. So
Thanks for everything you do for us.
I appreciate it, and if anybody has any questions, if not, happy holidays and happy New Year, and I'll hopefully see everybody December 4th or December 9th or next year.
I just had a question, Steve. Regarding the equipment or the power outage in this building, so did it possibly damage the equipment? Could we put in surge protection? Do we own that equipment? Will we have to pay for it, or is that Beverly
The cable
Hills?
board, I believe the Beverly Hills comes and gets a grant for this equipment. And,
Okay.
there are some battery backup units in there. I'm not sure if that piece of equipment was somehow not plugged into the battery backup, or maybe there was a faulty battery backup. But that's what Advanced Lighting and Sound determined. I sent the email to Kathy and Carissa, and Advanced Lighting and Sound basically did the steps of what they did a troubleshooting procedure, and that's what they found out. There could have been a power surge that may have affected that. And definitely, when the new equipment comes, if we have to get extra protection, we'll put that in there and come to the board with that proposal.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, George?
The cable board maintains this equipment with grants? Is that how that works? And is that the same, that's what you said, right?
Correct.
Okay,
So-
and is that the same with like Birmingham City
Birmingham,
Council?
Franklin, Village of Franklin, and Bingham Farms.
Well, excuse me, Steve, does the board own the equipment, or we give a grant and the municipality owns the equipment?
I believe, Kathy, if you could help me out here, I believe the community comes to the board with the grant to purchase the equipment for the facility. And then the board approves or disapproves that purchase. And then when you approve it, then myself will go out to the vendors and get bids, and basically, once the purchase is approved, they'll come in and install the equipment. So, go ahead.
But we don't own that equipment. The municipality does. We just funded it. It's a responsibility of the village or the township to maintain the equipment. And in this case, do they have an insurance claim possibility with the power surge?
We'd have to look into that. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, that's
Personally, I had the issue come through my house, and I had an insurance claim go through, and they paid it for the power
That's
surge
something
issue.
we can look into if the vendor believes that it was a power surge that may have affected the equipment, that we could definitely look into it.
So that hasn't been fully determined yet, that it was a power surge?
in the notes, it just says that it's what they feel has happened, and that's why the equipment
Okay,
went
so they
back.
did put that in the notes.
He did, yes.
Yeah, okay.
The village could start the process by filing, I mean, it's up to them to start the process by filing a claim.
Yeah, we have to determine whether we have coverage for that. But certainly if there is coverage, Peter brought that up to me too before Rick raised the question. Yeah, I think that's something obviously to look into.
We'll definitely look into it and find out what the Village of Beverly Hills Council Chambers, what their coverage is.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then you'll let Kathy know?
Yes, I will.
Well, it actually, it's the village
Right.
issue, not ours. I just want them to think that we'll just go get some more money from the cable board without pursuing a claim first.
Exactly what they're thinking,
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly, they're thinking,
that the cable board should be responsible for this, but obviously, I don't know that we don't.
yeah, we do not own the equipment. We fund it.
The municipality
Yeah,
owns it.
he's, yeah.
Yeah, we've already paid the money.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not ours.
And I believe, though, if anytime equipment has expired, I believe we remodeled this room in 2017 before the board, did a grant for the room, and when that equipment, was no longer, up to technology standards, Beverly Hills went back to you guys to redo the room in 2017, so I believe if there was extra added equipment that would be needed, I'm sure Beverly Hills would come back to the board for a grant.
Just any idea at this point what the scope of a cost might be to update these things that failed?
I would just be guessing at this point, or have to look back at my notes at the last quote of what it was.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't want to split hairs on whose job is to do something, but, I mean, are we helping the village right now out of our good graces, or? It kind of sounds like.
Been available and ready for yesterday's meeting, but again, Advanced Lighting and Sound determined it was unrepairable at this time to get it ready for this week. So here we are, we have our temporary solution right now.
So should we bill for this? Or, I mean, like
So-
if we got a grant from, or we gave a grant to Baldwin Library and they couldn't podcast anymore, would we run over there and fix it for them? Or how does this work?
That's what I do.
Okay.
If there's an issue, our team will try to go and get things running, and also with their staff, or so they, like Baldwin has an AV person, IT, he'll help out once in a while or keep me in the loop, like such and such isn't working. I'm more on the audio video side, Jamie, he's on the IT side, so we'll work together. City of Birmingham, Eric Brunk and his staff, they're more on the IT. Eric knows more about the AV side of it too, so he's a big help. So if there's any issues in Birmingham, I'll go over to Birmingham, meet with.
It almost comes down to a professional courtesy.
Right.
It's in the contract.
Oh, it
We're
is?
paying
But
for
we're
it.
talking two different issues here. We're not talking about that. We're talking about certain things that we can submit a insurance claim to be reimbursed for the things that we're doing,
I remember updating the whole office when I got elected, and that was before that. But why would we not move forward with new equipment if even though I may have two followers on cable, but at the same time, it's important that people do watch it, that's all I want to say. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Is that your phone? Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Aboud. Anything else for Steve?
I just more of a comment.
For them to be able to have coverage like that with announcers and 4 to 6 or 8 cameras and replay system.
Yeah.
And at some point in the event, all of a sudden we see like the GoPro like spinning about a foot, and then we lose signal. It fell into the water, went to the bottom, so we had to have a swimmer go down and pick it up for us. So, cool. But yes, it would be fun to have one in the water there, Rick, next time maybe.
Ray's son, Nolan, is the coach of the water polo team.
Very cool.
I know a guy, so.
It's okay. Maybe next time when they build a new pool, we'll have them, instead of putting the tile at the bottom of the pool, have them put a glass window, and then we can have access from the, underneath in the basement to shoot have a camera down below that doesn't get wet and would be able to transmit a signal back.
Not to continue, Mr. Chairman, belaboring this, but I'm curious, Groves is in the state semifinals, the football team in Ypsilanti. Is that something,
Glad to see you this morning.
Yeah, I was at a conference at the last meeting in Lansing. So in order to, just for me personally, I wanted to better understand, cable technology and cable TV in particular and everything that's going on. And I was just wondering, as far as the Birmingham Cable Board, there's like five top things that are happening right now. And I just wanted to see where we're at in that new technology. So if you allow me, this won't take long. I know I got 5 things to discuss here, but these are they're calling them disruptive technologies in cable TV. Next Gen TV, the ATSC 3.0 4K HDR resolution. So I don't know where we're at with it, but this is just something for you guys to consider and the cable board to understand so that the viewers, at the end users, are getting the premium for their money. The second one is cloud-based broadcasting, where TV channels that can run from any remote location. So I think that's kind of a cool technology that people are into. IP streaming, convergence, where cable boxes could be replaced and you won't even need them.
You can hang around afterwards